Talia Morgan comes up with a plan to crack Diane after Chloe makes a shocking demand. Adam is worried about Chelsea, Sally has an encounter with Phyllis, and Diane recognizes an old friend on today's episode of The Young and the Restless. Sally and Chloe at Newman Media can't seem to agree on whether or not to abandon the Omega platform. In spite of Chloe's conviction that a choice must be made, Sally insists that a setback is no reason to abandon a project. The conversation has moved on from Omega, so Chloe orders her to shut up. Put Adam out of your mind. Sally claims she does not have an obsession with Adam. Chloe doesn't believe that, and she explains why Adam can't keep a woman. I guess we'll keep Omega, Sally says. Chloe laughs it off and continues to talk about Adam. She's been here with Chelsea so much that she can recite the whole thing by heart. She's exhausted from always witnessing other people preoccupy themselves with her thoughts and feelings for this person. He is not worth the trouble, and Sally deserves much better. As much as Sally appreciates her concern, she had to admit that when you love someone, Chloe sighs in pain. Don't let yourself be drawn back in. Don't let this string of bad luck continue. Try to stop him. Sally promises to and expresses appreciation for the conversation. When Adam arrives to Chelsea's door, she is wiping away tears in her apartment. Weary, she opens the door with a groan. He says that she must see this one thing because it will change her life forever. Connor's decision to create a campsite with all three of their names is significant, and Chelsea wants to keep it because she adores it so much. They both feel good about what they did for their kid. Then, Adam tells her that he followed her advice, met with Jack, and accepted a job offer from the company Jabut. I hear that Chelsea is overjoyed. Adam can't believe she figured out which street he was on without him informing her. Chelsea displays the placard and explains that they are interdependent. Adam appreciates her guidance and the fact that she stands by him. I'd like to return the favor to you. Chelsea swears she's all right, but Adam can tell something is bothering her. If she won't talk to him, Adam suggests she talk to someone else she trusts. If something isn't done, the problem will just get worse. Why does everyone keep behaving like I'm one step away from a breakdown? Chelsea exclaims. She then expresses regret and says she's having a rough day. Instead of a Mai Tai, they all advise her to see a therapist. She's gone through a lot, Adam says, and she deserves some compassion. He blames himself and believes she is trying to avoid responsibility. Chloe sends Adam a message saying she has to talk to him right away. Adam says he's sorry if he made Chelsea angry or disturbed, and she seems to take him at his word. Adam leaves. Phyllis brings the full payment on the loan Nick provided her to purchase the Grand Phoenix to Newman Enterprises. This is the final chapter in a long story. She tells him she couldn't have gotten back up from the ashes without him, and they both reflect on her journey to success. Nick thinks she probably could have done it. Apparently she has few obstacles to overcome. He assures her that, much like herself, the opulent resort she designed will live long in his memory. Phyllis is leaving her job and says she hopes her coworkers will remember her warmly. She chokes back the words, "I'm walking away," but means them. Now that she has some extra cash in her pocket, she plans to pursue yet another of her wildest imaginings and make it a reality. Despite her disapproval, Phyllis is curious about Nick's progress at Newman Enterprises. Nick says it's fantastic, and he enjoys working with his mother and sister. He will see that Victoria achieves her aims. Phyllis points out that Victor is the one controlling the situation. Therefore, he advises they move on to another topic. Phyllis maintains that she is thrilled for him. He tells her that he doesn't have rose-colored glasses when it comes to his dad. Phyllis cautions him to always be on guard, even when things seem to be going swimmingly. Nick is unsure about her decision to join the Marchetti. While he's thrilled for her, he finds the whole thing quite suspicious. Diane. Phyllis insists that she will simply ignore the woman. Nick urges her not to make a move against Diane if she has gone to Marchetti only for that purpose. Those famous last words, "You sold your motel." Phyllis insists that she and their daughter went there for work. Nick merely cautions her against risking her happiness in an effort to get back at Diane. Sally knocks on the door of the office and apologizes if she interrupts anyone. As Phyllis sneers, "You always are," Sally should talk it over with her superior. Phyllis had just told her that they need to have a moment alone. Nick believes that they have covered everything and dismisses File. File makes it a point to let Sally know that she is working at Marchetti alongside Summer. who is like a phoenix rising from the ashes whenever she is attacked. Nick and Sally share a grin. After he shuts the door, Sally says she doesn't have anything to complain about, but there is something she'd like to run by him first. After bumping into Nikki in the hall, Phyllis fills her in on her recent conversation with Talia. They are excited that she will be penning an in-depth piece on Diane Jenkins. Talia Morgan sends a text to Nikki and Phyllis at Society, inviting them to meet up just as Diane enters. She sees the reporter and approaches her to find out why she's in Geno City. Morgan says she is writing an article about Ashlyn Locke, and Diane agrees to provide some background on the character. "Sit down," Morgan says to her. Diane is interested in seeing how she gives new meaning to established data. Talia wants to add new material to the canon, not just rehash it. Her success stems from her knack for uncovering the truth behind covert situations. Diane, eager to be of assistance, inquires, "What do you need to know?" Talia asks Diane whether she left Los Angeles because she is a grandma to Harrison. Diane relocated to be closer to her offspring and grandchild. Diane makes an effort to divert attention away from herself. Phyllis and Nikki enter the room and pause momentarily. "Don't stare," Phyllis says in a hushed voice. "Someone needs to tell our journalist friend to bury the lead," Nikki grumbled. Phyllis assumes that Diane dropped by without warning and wonders if they should return later. Diane observes them and yells for them to come over and meet someone. Nikki tells Phyllis to put on a funny grin and hang on for dear life. Diane tells Nikki and Phyllis that she is from Los Angeles and is writing a piece about Ashland. Talia is there to interview them. Nikki is crossing her fingers that she forgets to mention Newman Enterprises. Diane says she saw the reporter and walked right up to him. Morgan makes a statement about Diane knowing Locke, and both Nikki and Phyllis say they don't trust what comes from Diane. Nikki makes a snide comment about her resurrection from the dead. Talia thinks the story has all the makings of a good thriller. "You have no idea," Nikki says with an eyebrow raised. Sally is debating whether or not to eliminate one of Newman Enterprises' platforms, and she tells Nick about it. Nick points out that Sally talked with such conviction to both him and Victoria. Why is it that she is now doubting herself? To tell the truth to him, he begs. A question. What the heck is going on? Sally confesses there was an outside issue that may have made her reconsider her first decision. Nick takes a stab and says, "Adam." Sally thanks Nick and assures him she'll have a deeper look at the platform and make a call. Nick is there whenever she needs to run an idea by him. Sally says she'll be okay and leaves, promising that her personal life won't be an issue. Chloe notices that Adam seems preoccupied at the rooftop bar. In Adam's telling, he was in the midst of a heated exchange with Chelsea, who appears to be in a difficult spot. Chloe manages to deter him. While he's still messing with Sally's head, the last thing she wants to hear is that he's hanging out with her friend. Adam isn't playing either of them for fools and is serious about thinking Chelsea needs assistance. He would rather die than cause harm to Sally. Challenged by Chloe, "Prove it." She argues that he messed up a good deed by letting her leave, and then made himself look like a hero by insisting he still loves her and playing the victim card. Adam makes the sign of the cross with his arms. He concedes he's no hero but insists it was the truth. Before Adam hangs up his cape, Chloe requests one final act of generosity. She wants him to tell Sally straight out that they can't be together. "You go ahead and be the jerk I see." Adam is hesitant to say yes. Chloe is adamant that he break the girl's heart, saying that if he doesn't, the girl would spend her days staring at the cityscape and worrying that he won't ever want her again. Why would he want her to be unsuccessful at work? After some consideration, Adam says, of course not. Chloe tells him to take care of business. He's already ruined enough lives to last a lifetime. Chelsea, alone in her suite, recalls the time Adam said no to a family outing because of Sally, the time she kissed Billy, and the fallout that followed. She sighs, shakes her head, and lays back on the bed, still clutching the homemade sign Connor had created for her. Diane is concerned that her friends Phyllis and Nikki at Society are trying to provoke her into a nervous breakdown in front of the reporter. She says she's sorry she can't give them what they want and leaves. Almost immediately, Nikki and Phyllis meet down with Talia, who reveals that Diane portrayed herself as a kind mother and grandmother who triumphed over significant obstacles. They said, "She's a real piece of work." Morgan is aware that Diane is the type of person who will provide a surprising amount of information about herself if he or she is able to press the proper buttons. The redhead's enthusiastic, "This is going to be good," has Nikki and Phyllis practically drooling.